Hey y'all, it's Jenni Moseley, and we are here live with the Elevate Effect. It's time to take the dental field to a whole nother level. Fly with me, folks. Let's get real and let's get uncomfortable. Welcome, everybody, to Elevate After Dark, where we are unscripted, no holds barred, taking it to the extreme of what parts of Elevate has always been like. Now, if you are not a fan of the side of us that just wants to let loose and just wants to kind of just let that inner demon come out, turn it off now. Because we want to be able to attract and comfort all people. And I believe a lot of people are asking to have the side of Jenni and Elevate that we have held back for a little bit, which, again, we like all sides. And, of course, the person that we would thrive with this is Mr. Craig from CSK Creative. And here we go. Cheers, everybody. Elevate After Dark. Boom.
Cheers. And for anybody out there who's not watching and is only listening, we are all drinking right now. So unless you're driving and if you're of age, go ahead and partake.
Pick it up. Way to go, Craig. See, he is definitely thriving in Oh my God, this is awesome. So, Craig.
Jen.
Ding, 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 ding. You know, Eric and I are women. I didn't know if you knew that.
We're going to confirm that here now.
We're going to confirm.
You heard it first.
I can prove it to you, but that would be a little uncomfortable.
That's beyond Elevate After Dark.
Okay. We'll talk later. But Craig, are you a man?
Last I checked.
Okay. So, you know, it's interesting. I mean, we when you go through it, now you're in a completely different field from us, but, you know, business is business, no matter what you're in. And, you know, we are such emotional beings, and all of us have different levels. But, you know, I mean, throughout a day, a shirt can piss you off as a woman. Your shoe can piss you off as a woman. The weather in your hair can literally take you to it's unbelievable.
The phase of the moon can piss you off.
The sun will piss you off.
My shirt right now is really driving me crazy. I brought an extra shirt today because this shirt has been just putting me into a tailspin, but there was no time to change into my shirt. So I'm here in my pissed off shirt.
I mean, one of the topics is like, you know, every marketing person we've ever met with, they're always very comfortably dressed, and they're always pretty much thriving in their own environment. They're not forced in this shit we wear. I'm in wedge heels, walking through a dental practice with my hair's got to be on point. I mean, it's just, and then, you know, it's crazy talk. And so as a man, what pisses you off that's so ridiculous?
Is this... Okay, I understand what's happening now. So this is Jenni Moseley announcing a sex change. Live on air. This is amazing.
Wait a second.
I can't believe I'm part of history right now. Can Reeves do that surgery?
Amazing. Now, which... I was just going to say, which way do you think I'm going? Wait, sorry, that was bad. No, you know what I mean. But, you know, it's honestly what's neat about some of the topics we wanted to talk about is, you know, sometimes we just want to use this sometimes to release. And there are people that want to hear that. And, you know, we are in a field that's really interesting. And what we do in this field is even beyond that. And already you're, as a woman, and again, we can only speak for women. That's why, chatting with you, I mean, you know, you've seen, you know, the docs we work with. I mean, you got to wear slacks and ties and button-down shirts, and you got to sit in a 4-hour prep and sweat in your shirt. And it, you know, not that this whole thing's going to be about clothes, but, you know, the dedication that just we go through day to day to take ourselves out of a comfort zone to then allow for success to happen is just so cool. And we've talked about quotes we want to talk about. We talk about all these things, but some of these topics, I don't think you and I can actually, and including Riki with us, can get through without having Elevate After Dark, because the topics have to actually have that rawness to it. And so there's a lot of people that want to hear things, and that's what we wanted to create. So we want to pick your brain on, the masculine side of things. One, we want to pick your brain on being able to be in a field where you can kind of create your own atmosphere, and connecting that with what we make people do, and maybe how you've seen what that does differently. Like, you work with other dentists, and they're all at different levels, or and you just, I don't know. We just really wanted to have a platform where Eric and I also can use you where you thrive, and use this platform to just release. I mean, it's hard to have a day 8 or 10 hours and then sit in here and then be polished for another hour. That's just not fair.
Well, and man, I really felt for you guys, because I was editing the last episode, and if anybody hasn't listened to it, it's really great. And I mean, talking about what you'd gone through, I empathized the entire time. It's like, I think people think that you do like one case a day, and you see that maybe like one patient because BED is crushing it so hard, and then you just kind of do this the rest of the time. And it's like, no, it's a full schedule, attending to every patient and then doing this.
Yeah.
So it's
I'm so glad you said that. That's really cool. I mean, that's the neat thing about this. I mean, Riki and I were excuse me. It is a cheers time, Craig.
Pardon.
Here we go.
Yep. Nostrovia.
And bing.
Nostrovia.
So
Jenny's drinking vodka, so she's really good.
Yeah, she's on point.
She's on point there.
There's a little vodka, lots of water, but it's there. So
in a huge glass.
Yeah, you gotta hydrate at the same time. That's
Yeah.
smart. Throw some liquid IV in there too.
Well, when we were talking about this whole concept, we're like, you have been with our seminars almost from the beginning, and you've seen somewhat of the plateau of the true rawness down to when we tried to get less raw, and less raw turned it into not wanting to do it. To be honest,
that's yeah. My next question was going to be, what do you think of less raw?
I mean, I can't wait to hear what Erica says. In talking with somebody like you who's not in the dental field, it was easy to explain and have that you understand. I mean, it's like, we're in this, like you said, we're in this day all day. And do you really think we're going to sit down and be like, oh, we're going to have this? I mean, it is intense, man. It is intense, especially look, all of us are probably very incredibly proud of what we do in the dental field. But I mean, what we have accomplished in this building is truly remarkable. I mean, every day we are thrown things, and that's why we want to have the podcast, because we're thrown things and we are solution makers. And we could, again, as we even, Riki, by the way, everybody, is moving into management role.
Yes,
she is. Actually, we're hiring a wonderful hygienist to come out here. Yeah.
Thank you.
And so, in moving in that role, I mean, she is a negative ass Nelly. Let's be real. I mean, she is the biggest pessimist I've ever met.
Would you call yourself a realist or a pessimist?
Both. Yes.
Both and. Okay.
What are you, Craig?
Definitely a realist, leaning toward pessimist, trying to be optimist.
Oh yeah, that's same. That is a good answer.
Hey,
it's tough though, man. Like,
yeah.
So to speak to what you said before, Jenny, business is literally just taking fire from somebody. Like, I have this gigantic fire in my hands right now, and I don't want it anymore, and so I'm going to pay you to take it. And then what am I going to do with this fire? Well, hopefully not just hold it forever. I'm going to put it out and make something great out of it. But it's like, I say that all the time. Like, can I just take your fire for you? Let's do this. Let's solve some more problems.
This is cool. So, I mean, let me finish that point first. So she's just like, everything is negative. I love you, but it is. And it's beautiful because she does wake me up, because I do get screwed a ton, because I tend to see greater in people than they see in themselves.
in my defense, I think that I am more of a realist than a pessimist. I just try to bring you the real as much as I can, and maybe most of the real is not positive.
Well, I'll be honest. I mean, it's a great thing. Why do you think I think you're going to be incredible in this role? I mean, I wouldn't have even thought of it if I didn't see that your qualities are great for it. Plus, you can balance out my idiot decisions. So,
Fair.
but John Maxwell said, and I'm going to screw this up like I always do, but let me try. Ready? Here we go. The pessimist sees.
I'm going to
Okay,
fact check this after. I'm going to fact check this. Hold on. Go ahead.
Hold on a second.
Just keep it going, Jen.
Just keep going. Just
while
keep
you're going,
going.
I'm just going to go ahead and take a drink here.
The pessimist sees the wind not in the sail. The optimist sees that the wind's going to come, and the leader. Oh my God, I really bombed it. This is so fun. See, I would never be comfortable to do this anywhere else.
Can I say it for what it is?
Yes. Oh my God.
The pessimist.
Put her out of her misery.
The pessimist complains about the wind.
Thank you.
The optimist expects it to change, and the leader adjusts the sails.
I love
it.
Can I just be honest? I think that I almost see all three of those on the screen.
The leader turns the motor on and just motors away to the better wind.
It's interesting. I truly am wired. I'm just literally wired to be right, to constantly go. I don't see negative. I don't see positive. I just go. And that can be frustrating too. And so seeing somebody who does, I don't see Erica as the complainer. I see her as noticing it and wanting to fix it. So when I say that is a huge thing. There's a lot of people in that like to just say it, complain about it, and I got them around me, and then don't have the ability or the patience to come up then with a plan.
Yes.
So I believe, go.
Yes. I love saying, therefore. Okay, so if you bring a problem, therefore, if you have some information, therefore, what does this mean? What does it mean? Like, tell me what your solution is. Don't just provide me the problem. Like, let's figure it out together. Or what's your therefore out of it? Because I find that a lot of people will come up with a lot of information that's just like, hey, this is wrong, and this is wrong, and this is happening, and the numbers are trending this. Therefore, and it's like this person should have somewhat of a heading to go on in that situation. And if they don't, then they need to kind of go back and rethink it a little bit, because that's going to be what we talk about. So you might as well think about it ahead of time. Yeah,
it's like, again, being a part of this kind of hell, and it's great, but it can be hell. I mean, we are sitting in a fire of hell at this point, but I love it. Oh my God.
Because Craig, just so you know, I mean, yes, I'm moving into a management role, but we don't have a hygienist in the flesh right now. So I'm trying to do both, which means Jenni is also trying to do 3 jobs just at BED, not let alone not even including Elevate, not even including all the other things she does. Like, she's doing 3 things here.
So fun.
And
that's why she's smiling so much. She loves it.
Oh yeah.
She thrives in chaos, which I mean, I wouldn't say I thrive in chaos, but I think that I'm comfortable there because it's become a normal. But I don't think I thrive there. And Jenni likes to, I've said this before, start planting things in a garden and just keep planting them. And then I'm like, aren't we going to water this one from before, like the first one, before we plant another one over here? So it can feel so chaotic, but she's just loving it, every minute of it.
Yeah. Like, I've been accused of jumping off a cliff and then trying to Google how to make a parachute on the way down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, but the beauty of having, and recognizing, like, it just was this aha moment where I was like, all the things that she has is being wasted, one, in hygiene, hence, but yet there's like she just said, there's a I've had a lot of management people around me, and honestly, I think this role I baby this role. I think this role in a dental practice is so underappreciated, and I fight for this person constantly because it is the person that keeps me going. I mean, and keeps the practice going, and like the wheel, and in the spokes in there, right, whatever that is. But so if you're listening, just think about, there's three people on the screen, and we all three, if we were in a business, need each other. There ain't no superstars. It's like that's why, again, why we want to do Elevate After Dark. It's frustrating that people want something and they're not willing to take everything about it to get it, and hence Jenni, or hence Elevate, or hence whatever. So
That's such a great statement. I love that statement. It's because people just see the end result. They're like, oh my gosh, overnight success, 20 years in the making. And it's like, you don't realize the grind that you went through to get there.
Oh, I mean, today, we're really proud of what we're doing here in Savannah. And I think once Erica gets to a position, and, we will, it'll be incredible where it is. And I'm proud that we have this platform that we're trying to refine. And yes, we got to get better. And Ryan's never available, but Riki and I are going to try to get this information out, because people really want to understand how we're doing what we're doing. And in this kind of field, and it's not easy. It's incredibly hard work and dedication. But it also is the acceptance of all pieces. You can't cherry pick the person, and you can't cherry pick the process, and you can't cherry pick any of it. So as I was, with like I was saying, working with her, yeah, we were going through something earlier, and is this person more looking at the negative side of things or the real reality side of things? Yeah, but with that comes this greatness. So take that part, because hell, what am I going to do? I'm not going to get to the greatness if I don't get that part first. And so I tend to always try to see things in the positive light. Like, you have to, because in my, I've got a team right now who is really struggling because they're having to deal with a certain employee and, private story. And all I could do, because they're asking advice, and all I could do is just say, look, on the other side of this is greatness. The person you are having to talk to is not the challenge. That's their own choice. However they deal with this is their choice, their decision. They will be them. It's how you do it and deal with the rest of the practice after is what makes you a great leader and a great boss after. So that's how I constantly try to think. And I think that is frustrating for some, because they'd be like, why didn't you just yell at them? Or why did you let them do that? Or why? And I think you just have to always take it all. And that's why we wanted to create this. That's why we wanted to create this whole entire thing and bring different people on, because there's all sides to this thing, and people need to see the dirty and the raw. They need to see us having a cocktail and cursing, and let us be us, man. If you don't like it, step off.
See that it's difficult. I mean, if I had to say, I'm guessing you might say the same. Actually, let me ask the question. What would you say is the number one reason that you think that Erica is ready for a leadership role?
Okay. I think that her recognition that she is in the profession where she probably needs to be, but she's not in the position. I think she had to recognize it herself. I think she just was chasing something for a long time, and I think the chase is over. When I brought it to her, it wasn't very hard of a decision, other than talking to her husband, which is smart. But the light I saw on her face was, okay, this person is at the right time of life. I don't know how, and I see the way I saw it was, she is never better with a patient until she's not in that role.
You mean?
Huh?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I'm sorry. Let me say it differently. You thrive in problem solving.
Yeah.
Hygiene, you can't solve problems.
No.
It's really, you can't. I mean, that's why I sucked at it. I really did. And I'm sorry if you don't like the word, but then go to the regular Elevate podcast, because this one is about
go to the regular one.
So, but truly,
like last week, for example, I probably presented more dentistry than I have all year. And to be honest with you,
all right, let's cheers to that. Seriously.
Yeah, really. That's
she
huge.
killed it. She literally killed it.
Let me tell you why. In the back of my mind, I was trying to get out of cleaning their teeth every time. Yeah. I'm like, how do I get out of this room faster? How do I get out of here? Because I got 58 other things that I'd rather be doing. Not that the person in front of me didn't matter, but I was just like, at the end of the day, cleaning their teeth isn't going to do nothing for them if we look at the big picture here. And it's not going to really do anything for me. So it's a lose-lose just to clean their teeth at this point. So how do we get out of this? Let's talk about the big picture. And I didn't really care if they wanted to do it or not, because I think that's where a lot of hygienists struggle is you want to feel, I don't know if like's the right word, but it's something like that.
You want to feel comfortable the whole time you're there.
Yeah, you want to be comfortable.
Talk about the weather instead of something that matters.
You don't want to get into anything that's resistance. And a lot of talking about treatment is resistance. Or maybe you don't even know when to bring them back. And I was just like, what? I don't care. I'll just bring them back 2 days from now. Who cares? We'll figure it out. And I don't have time right now to worry about it, because there's no time to be freaking out and overanalyzing. So it's just like, go, go, go. And that's what happened.
That's an amazing thing, too, not having time. Because I like to say to myself once in a while, Tim Ferriss said this, the guy who wrote 4-Hour Workweek, what would this look like if it were easy? And it sounds so dumb, but it's like, okay, well, there's a way that this could be easier. What do I have to sacrifice on, or what do I have to make better decisions or quicker decisions on? There's a way that whatever it is going to get a lot easier. Are you willing to take that way? And then a lot of the times when your time is compacted, you have to take that way. You don't have any option. So it's kind of like pressure makes diamonds.
It's a beautiful thing also, and just listening to y'all, and Erica, you're probably touching a lot of people, because most people say, I don't have enough time. That's why I don't get things done. And you are getting more things done with less time. And that is the proven model that Elevate's trying to teach millions of dental practices. Not millions. That's a lie. I only work with 5 or 6 at a time. So let's be real.
5s of 10s of practices.
5s of 10. But, that's proof. It's about what, it's like the 80-20 rule, right? It's just about what you're choosing to put your mind on. You're thinking to yourself, I got to run this practice now. So I'm going to take the time I have with this patient, and I got to just do in the shorter amount of time. And it's so you're proving the model works. You're proving it to yourself, and you're proving it to everyone else. And you're also proving that if you had to do it in the other model, it's not where you thrive. And here, but again, my ultimate realization was you don't get to solve problems in there. And, when we're able to get together, it may take hours, because we have very uncomfortable hours, but everybody does with me, I guess. But, we get to a resolution, and I'm like, well, damn, that's a waste. So let's do this. And, it's going to be an incredible thing. It's neat how it's turned out. It really is. But, you go back to what you're saying earlier, Craig. It's like, we say that what we do is simple but complex. So really, just try it. Think of it as it's easy. Just try it. Just think of it. Because when you do think of it that it's easy, you'd be floored at how much better you'll do. When you're just like, what, but yeah, I don't know. Whatever. We were talking about clothes at the beginning, because we were so damn pissed off at the damn clothes we were. But it's so true.
The clothes. Yeah. I didn't weigh in on that part.
Okay.
So I do feel for you on that. I mean, Did you know that runners' feet from back in the day, when they didn't have to wear shoes, are like they're like spread out like fingers? It's crazy. And now we have to cram our shoes. Yeah, I don't, but like a lot of people have to cram their feet into shoes that are tiny, tiny and pointed, and just doesn't make any sense anymore.
You know, when was that time? You know, people were buying those running sneakers that they were toes.
Yeah.
You ever seen those?
The Vibrams.
I tried that. Ooh, boy, that was a rough run. But I have flat feet, so you know,
I do too.
I have horrible feet and horrible hands. Let's just be real.
I feel the pain on the flat feet. It's awful.
Okay, you do too? Yeah, man.
Yeah. Hard to squat.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Erica.
Yes.
Yesterday we had a conversation.
We had a few, but are you talking about the last one of the day?
The last one of the day.
Okay.
Where we were discussing tonight, this forum that we're doing. And Riki, we really want to do this Riki thing. I do, but
because it's a mind shift.
You know, it's weird. It's like, Craig, if I can give you a perspective, it's like you work with cameras all the time. We don't. And it's weird. The minute that this goes on my head and that goes in front of me, it's weird. It's like we feel different. I don't know what it is. It's like, no, we're gonna be like this. It's so weird.
Feel better or worse?
Worse.
Yeah, most people feel worse.
Like just put us on the cell phone and record that. That's some good stuff.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Back to here we go again. I'm so annoying. I don't feel better or worse. There's no better or worse. I'll tell you, it's just different.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Right? So, and again, so
we were talking last night. What were you going to say about that? Our conversation.
So we really are trying to perfect this thing because, listen, there are a lot of people there's not a lot of people, even if there's 5. The 5 people that listen to this thing, they truly are dedicated to listening to it. I mean, they're reaching out and they're really, really listening. And I want them to hear all aspects of how this rolls. There's a dirty side. There's a grungy, dirty side of all this that is hardworking, that doesn't spend time with their families, that misses, a lot of parts of life. And it's a true dedication. It's not all beauty, like I was telling Erica earlier, I said, I'm sitting here on the phone having a branding conversation. I'm setting up this big photograph shoot for one of my clients. And I'm like, I was envisioning this about a decade ago on top of the city in this big office with a bunch of windows. And I'm looking around going, I'm in this damn dungeon. What the hell have I done? Right?
It's so true. It is so
true.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Nobody realizes what. Okay, so great example. When you shoot food video and photography, like for commercials, like for Burger King, whatever, the food looks so good, right? It's like it looks just amazing. That's because they load it up with hairspray and glycerin and all this crap. It is so utterly inedible at the end of it, and everybody's just shot because you're doing a 16-hour day and everybody's sweaty in the studio and it's nasty. But that commercial just comes out amazing, and that's everybody's end picture at BED. But it's like what you guys had to go through to get there is so different. And I think it's really important for people to realize it, because it's like there's so many people who, again, they just think it's an overnight success. But I mean, man, everybody has to grind. It's every time you get a little bit down on yourself, you're like, man, is this really what I'm meant to do? Just grinding day in and day out like this. Well, we all do it.
I mean, listen, let's be real. When we did, Eric, I'm not joking. When we did the fireside, I can't wait to do it again. But I told him, you better wear a bodysuit. He stood up. I'm not joking. And this is what you have to deal with. Like I said, it's hard work what you guys do and you pulled out. Like, this stuff that's out there is incredible, Craig. Great job. But he stood up, Eric, I'm not joking. He sweated in his stomach.
Oh my God.
I mean, his shirt in the front was it was so gross.
Winter in Minnesota. I mean, it was not that
poor guy.
warm. Yeah,
but I mean, you got to deal with that, and you got to. They want you to shit out this incredible diamond at the end when it's like, really, you just.
Well, and from Brill's perspective too, like he had to deal with being on camera. He's clearly not comfortable with it, but he did a great job of pushing through it. And I mean, everybody loves the final product. Nobody wants to be a part of the making of it once they realize how it actually goes. And man, and these are like, these are easy shoots. When we do helicopter shoots with boats in the middle of the Atlantic, 16 hours a day, I mean, you come back and you feel like you just went through a war.
Right.
But it's like nobody knows. You're selling summer the whole time. The advertisement is just incredible when it's done. But it's the same for every job, I think. Any job that's really worth it, it's a grind. I don't think there's a whole lot of, even day traders is like, oh, well, you just got to press a button. Yeah, but you got to stay up till 4 a.m. on Adderall every day and have 16 screens around you. It's like there's nothing easy. It just is. It's not possible.
You know, we try to portray to the patient that that's what's happening. And behind the scenes, you're just, I try to get everybody to spend one day here with us because it is the hardest part is not letting it be known. It's harder to not have it. It's harder to not show it than to not have it.
Well, yeah, you got to be Disneyland every day, but with
literally
4 or 5, 6, whatever your staff amount is versus 7,000 at Disneyland or whatever. Like you never see a piece of trash at Disneyland. You never see anybody mad. There's no characters out of place and all that stuff because they have an underground network of tunnels where all these people can go, all the cast members, so that they don't show the ugly side of themselves.
That's your office, Jenny. Your office is the underground tunnel of BET.
Totally. Listen, I call it the prison because here's the thing. I don't get up. I brush in my seat. I floss in my seat. I spit in the trash can.
She really
I eat there. I drink. Oh, yeah, Craig. It don't stop.
That poor cleaning crew. I don't even want to know. I'm sure there's more details on that list. Yeah. And I guarantee you Elevate After Dark is not ready for them.
Yeah. But again, I think the beauty of, and again, we may, whatever you choose to use, but we wanted to practice or just really do it raw. It all should be raw, and it should just be about the days that we're having and what we're doing to be on top of our game. I mean, like we are 2 employees down. We're hitting 400, 500K a month. We closed the office down a week. We've got new computer systems. I mean, but you stay killing it. How do you do that? Because you got to recognize, just like we did here, the people you have. A good leader doesn't make everyone great. A good leader makes each person great in their own right. Not everybody has to do everything wonderful. They have to do what they master wonderful. And I think that's what the beauty is. It's like you got to grab those folks that just want to do them well. For example, if it's like back in the day, some of this type of practice was coined where everybody had to sell dentistry. Everybody had to sell. And it's like, well, shit. So, not everybody can sell. I'm not going to be able to go in there and assist as well as somebody. So it's like you really got to build each person. And when we do that, the less people doesn't make a difference. It actually makes the better ones killer. It makes you killer. Like, you work out. Erica used to.
Oh, that is brutal. Called out.
Wow. I worked out yesterday.
Listen, no. If
I'm
anybody,
getting back
I'm
into
proud
it, man.
of.
You look out.
Look, not many people for about a good hot year or two. How many years did we work out together?
Probably at least 2 years. At least.
And you're talking. I was like, "Are you dying? Get up!" Oh my God, it was incredible. She was like,
we would run 3 miles, then work out.
Oh God.
That was just warming up.
Oh my God. And she would go, "I'm hurt." I'm like, "You're not hurt. You're not hurt. You need a hospital? You ain't hurt." Okay. But needless to say,
I like to complain, I think. I just enjoy complaining mid-workout. Like, I don't not want to be there. I just like to just be like, ugh.
So, Craig, you're going to love this. So, Erica.
Yes.
Erica couldn't do a box jump.
How high
no joke. No, just even.
Like 60 inch?
No, just a box jump, generally,
literally.
Period.
No, I'm not joking. Like, psychologically couldn't do it.
Oh, okay. Couldn't get past it mentally.
Yeah.
mental stop. I mean, we were at the gym over in Beaufort, South Carolina. I mean, I made us get a gym right next door so we'd work out before we drove home an hour.
So we wouldn't want to like talk ourselves out of it.
And
just get there and get it done.
I would literally stand like this at the box. So, and the reason why I'm bringing this up is listen closely. We are about to have a focus group, and it is about time management equals life management. If you can't push past jumping on a box mentally, you ain't going to do this damn job.
This was my test.
The reason why she's killing it after 12 years and doing all the successful things that she's doing is because she works through mental blocks. And that's incredible. But no joke back. Yeah, Craig.
Okay, so that's the reason that I think she's going to succeed as a leader, because there's a million people in this industry and there's only a few of them who are actually durable enough to really get it done. And that's what I look for as well in subcontractors. It's just, is this person actually going to push past, a setback? Wow. Like you're never going to see them anywhere else. Like your job is the only place that's difficult. Like everywhere, your whole life is difficult. It is what it is. You just got to get used to it and get better at dealing with it. And that's why I think she's going to make it for sure.
Me too, man. Look, I mean, I have known, we, Eric and I have been through a crap load, and, being around me ain't easy. And she's still around.
We've broken up and got back together.
But why
the box jump got you guys back together, right?
No, I mean, you're in the middle of, well, hear this scenario. You're in the middle of a gym. There's a ton of people working out, and I'm screaming at her, and she's still trying, and she's still doing this. And we went back every day to just jump on this damn box. And I'm going, are you shitting me? It's a damn box. Up on the box. But it mentally, and then literally in past 2 years from that, she's at CrossFit doing like, what
barbell stuff.
Yeah. And, it's like that type of mentality, I think, is almost in everybody if they have the right people around them to get it out. Right. And so I believe that, we have had a lot of people here, and I am bad at picking people because I truly want everybody to be an incredible person. So I see them incredible before they already are. And then they prove they don't want to. But I think that Erica going through all of those things could be almost a replication of how she can actually help others get through those things. And so, I think that this whole platform is to help bring out how her and I in 12 years are able, we've been through drunk, crying, eating frenzies. We've been through everything, and we should share. We have a ton of things to have you, and then you're very insightful and a visionary, and it's like you get our style of working through life, and you get it on a whole different perspective. And we needed that to happen. And that's why I wanted to create this.
And I think particularly like when I was editing the one that just got released this last episode, you guys are like, okay, so should we talk about the conversation yesterday? And you could just cut the tension with a knife. You could tell that something was uncomfortable. And I was so proud of you guys for pushing through, because you're like, oh, should we cut it out? And it was like, this is what people are here for.
Right.
You don't have to say the people's names, but you got to say the scenario, because they're dealing with it as well. And whoever's out there who is dealing with it, I love that question as well. It was so great that you guys put the question forward, and then you guys really addressed it with a head-on, real life scenario. I think that was extremely valuable for people.
Yeah, I think we have some people following, and I think people now will follow more and grab more people once it becomes more insightful, like we're working on. And I think even tonight, oh, excuse me.
I'm so sorry.
Cheers to that.
And you really have a great way. Yeah, we are. You have a great way, Craig, to truly to see what things people go through and connect it And so we're excited about this.
I think it's helpful for you to sometimes I don't think we realize how helpful something might be to other people because we have those conversations all the time, and we have the uncomfortable conversations all the time. So
I was yelling at the computer. I was like, no, don't cut it. This is the good part. This is where everything turns around.
So it's helpful to have your perspective on what is helping others as well.
One last thing, and Craig is, I was on there was a girl who does Minnesota type marketing, or not, I don't know. Anyway, and I was raw Jenni, right? And by the end, she's reaching out to me going, I got to work with you. And, there are people that need this raw side of the Elevate team, or at least, because that's how we got where we are. I'm sorry. We got there because we are real. And so we are excited to bring you along this, and you bring such a great connection and perspective, and we're proud to have you. And I think the Elevate effect after dark is going to kill it.
Well, I'm proud to be here and proud to have you all in my life as well, because there's very few people in the world who are willing to run through walls for their goals, and that's why I think you guys have succeeded and will continue to succeed.
So we will one day, all three of us, jump on a box step and see who goes the highest.
Woo!
Cheers. Elevate
Cheers.
after dark. Boom, bitches.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us for another episode. As you know, we're always looking for feedback, so please don't forget to give it to us. Let us know if there's anything you want to hear about. And don't forget to follow us on social media so you don't miss out on what's coming up next.